how to start a career in real estate. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you just hate your boss. Maybe you're just bored of what you do and you just watch Selling Sunset and you're really hyped on these huge commissions and the luxurious life of a real estate agent. Either way, I'm glad you found me. I'm going to share 3 steps on how to get started in real estate. Keep in mind, becoming a real estate agent is a very popular option for many people. In 2020, there was 1.4 million real estate agents in America. As of 2023, there's 1.57 million real estate agents. That's an increase of 170,000 people getting their licenses. And this is for good reason. Real estate agents can make someone's annual salary with just one transaction. Let's dive into step number 1. Step number 1, you need to be licensed. Just like doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, you're gonna need some sort of credential to sell real estate in your state. So let's break down California. California, you need to complete 135 hours of approved coursework. That's really only 3 courses that are 45 hours each. And in these courses, you're gonna go over real estate fundamentals, appraisals, ethics, real estate terminology. You're gonna actually learn a lot of different information. That's a very broad overview of real estate. And much of it you're not gonna use when you become a real estate agent. A lot of it is just schoolwork. So after you complete your 135 hours of schoolwork, you're gonna have to pass your real estate exam. In California, that's a 150 question test. You need to get a 70% or better to get your license. That's just the schooling and the education piece of getting a real estate license. Keep in mind, most of the time you can do all of that stuff online. There are still places where you can do it in person, but 95% of agents just do it online. The test itself, you will have to go to an approved testing site and pass the exam in person. Okay, so now you've passed the real estate test, you're approved to become a real estate agent. Step number 2, this is the fun part. You get to interview where you want to put your license. We call that hanging your license with a broker. So there's salesperson license and then there's a broker license. After salespeople have worked in the industry a certain number of years and they do additional schooling, they have the ability to become a broker. And brokers are technically the ones that employ salespeople or real estate agents. So here's a couple of brokerages that are pretty well known across the United States. Keller Williams, Century 21, Compass, First Team, EXP, Real Broker. All of them have different things that they provide to their agents. At the end of the day, it's going to be super important for you to interview somewhere between 3 and 10 different brokerages to find the right fit for you. So after you've interviewed and you've decided that you want to join a specific brokerage and they've agreed to add you to their roster, they're going to go ahead and go to their state licensing department, click on your name and add you to their roster. After they've added you to their roster, now you have the ability to tell every single person you know that you can help them buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Okay, so now you're wondering, well, I got my license, it's at a brokerage, I'm able to tell people that I can help them buy, sell, or invest in real estate. What's the third step? This is probably the most important step. You need to train. You need to have the skills to actually help people with the largest financial transaction of their life. So you're wondering, Darren, how am I going to train? I don't know the first thing about buying or selling or investing real estate. And this is where picking the right team or the right mentor is huge. In my first year, I did 3 transactions and I didn't have a mentor and I didn't have a team that I was on. If I could do it again, I would have found a great mentor and I would have given up a lot of my commissions so I could have accelerated my learning. I could have seen and I could have learned from a top producing agent. What are the daily activities they do? How do they talk to people? How do they talk to clients? How do they talk to other agents? And what's important to them? How do they run their business? And then I would figure out, well, is that replicatable for me? Or I would take what's great from their business and add it to mine and leave the stuff that I didn't like. So some brokerages have this type of model where you can maybe shadow a more experienced agent, or there's just straight up team models. And I've seen some very successful team models, and some of these teams do a phenomenal job on training agents on the contracts, the real estate process, what to look out for in an inspection, all that great stuff. But it will be at a cost to that agent. They're going to be giving up a good portion of their commissions to that team in exchange for that training and access to new clients. And I would say the biggest thing with step 3 in terms of training and sharpening your skills is make sure you find the right culture for you. If you're someone that loves being on the phone and cold calling strangers, find a team that does that. Find a team that does that very well and play to your strengths. If you're someone that doesn't want to actually cold call anyone and you'd rather door knock, well, meet an agent that has a business built off of door knocking. The great thing about real estate is there's so many different ways to generate business. You just need to find the right fit for you. If you like this video, please smash that like button. Also, if there's anything that you want to hear about related to real estate, comment below.